We're now ready to go to slide number 2. Okay. All right, so this is slide number 2. So this is where our actual lesson begins. And we will be using what we learned in the first chapter or in the first slide, to solve absolute value inequalities. The first thing I want to highlight though is this method strictly works if the symbol is less than or equal to. Okay? So it only works for problems that have this. Now let's study how we're going to do it. So if this is the original problem, right? What do? You don't copy the bars like this. You bring down ax plus b. So you copy the absolute value expression, which is ax plus b. And then now you're going to split it into two inequalities. So the first one is you copy the constant, which is c. Then you also copy c. In this case, if it's 11, then you just copy 11. And then for the other end, you copy the number, which is c, but you have to give its opposite sign. So if this is positive 11, you're going to make it negative 11. And you will, write those two inequalities right there, which is the same as the one in the original problem. Okay, so it's really important that you remember the pattern. Okay, so you turn it into a double inequality because we're going to solve, um, absolute values. This is the opposite of the constant. That's the same constant. You copy the expression without the bar. Okay? Let's try that. So if I'm solving absolute value of 2w minus 1 is less than 11, so what do I do first? I start with the opposite. If this is 11, I go negative 11, right? Next, I copy the same sign, but it's less than, so I just bring it down. Next, copy the expression without the bars. So copy this, 2w minus 1. Next, copy the same sign. There you go. And then last but not the least, just bring down the constant, 11. All right. Okay, so that's how you're going to rewrite it. So now how do we solve? We need to get the w by itself. That's our goal every time we solve. So solve means you get the w by itself, right? Could be wx, whichever the variable is. So to do that, we need to remove the negative 1. How? We add 1. But whatever we do to the middle, we also have to do to the left and to the right. Okay? So now let's simplify. Negative 11 plus 1 is negative 10. Less than 2w, then less than 11 plus 1 is 12. Okay, and now this is where you're going to take it from. You will type whatever answer you get in the chat. The last step is to get the w by itself, you need to divide by 2. But where else will you divide it? You're going to divide it everywhere, right? So now in the chat, can you type what the final answer is? If you're looking for the less than symbol, it's right next to the letter M. Okay, I'll give you some time. I'll wait for the answers in the chat. Hi, Kayla. Thanks for sharing. Kayla, can you do me a favor? Can you send that publicly, please? So I will see it also in my other device. Thank you, honey. Yeah. Okay. All right. Kayla shared her answer. What about the others? Did you guys get the same thing? And when I ask you to share, it's not so much about, um, Yay, that's awesome. Okay, so don't worry too much if you're not sure about the answer. Just share, you know? Okay, so Brandon said he got the same answer. Christian said -5 is less than 1W is less than 6. That's awesome, Christian. Um, if you were to write that on paper, I will write a note that would say 1W is the same as W, so you can take out the number 1. But that's also considered correct. You also get a point for that one if it's on paper. Yeah? Awesome. All right, guys, thank you. So our final answer is um, -5 is less than W, which is less than 6. Awesome. Okay, now let's graph that. I run out of space, so can I graph here on the rightmost area? Okay, so let's graph that. When you graph, I need to show -5 on the left. Okay. 6 is somewhere here. See, when I label my points, I don't really count the tick marks. You just have to know the placement. Like if you place 6 on the left and -5 on the right, then that's wrong, right? Because negative is on the left hand side. So there is no equal sign next to -5. That means we place an open circle. Okay? And then there is no equal sign at 6, so that means we place an open circle again. All right. Now W is in the middle. So that means we're going to shade and connect the two circles by shading the middle one. So that's the graph of the first problem. Okay? Now I'll give you time to copy, catch up whatever you miss, or screenshot that one. Remember, the fastest is Control Shift that thing above 6, and then you can go back to your drive later on. Or what I do is I go to drive.google.com, I click on recent, which means you find the ones that you did recently, and all the pictures will show there. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Clear ink. Yeah, because if you take a picture using your phone, then you have to like upload it to your drive on your phone and so on and so forth. So you have to get to know your Chromebook. There's a lot of techniques. Okay, here we go. Next one. This technique only works when the problem has greater than or equal to. Yeah? Okay. So let's analyze how we're going to do it. Here it says you take out the bars, right? And you copy the problem exactly as it is. So same expression, same constant. But now you have to put it in two parts, right? Earlier it was just one straight inequality, but now there's two. We're using the connector or, and then, oh, by the way, why or? If you remember last lesson, we have two types of inequality, an inequality that uses and or. Okay? So for the other portion, you copy the same thing again, but you make the constant or the number negative. And remember the golden rule. Remember the golden rule. Um, if you flip or if you change something to its opposite, you have to flip the inequality sign. So the greater than now became less than. Okay? All right. So let's analyze how we're going to do that here. Hi, Luis. I see your message now. Can you also text me that? You can text me and remind so it doesn't get lost because it's going to get like piled up on the chat. Okay. Oh, you did? Okay, thank you. All right. So I'll check that later on, honey. All right. So for this one, first we have to isolate the absolute value expression. In other words, this number has to go away, and this number also has to go away, right? So we need to separate the absolute value expression only. So how do we begin? You subtract one here, but not there because they are on the same side. You see that? They are on the same side of the greater than symbol. So not on 4, only here. And then whatever you do to the left, you also have to do on the right. So let's simplify that. we bring down 4, absolute value of 2x minus 5. We cancel these already. That's 0 is greater than 21 minus 1 is 20. Yay! So then, hey Johnny, thanks for typing your name in the chat. If you haven't done so, please don't forget. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of the 4. Awesome. So you divide the left by 4, and you also have to divide the right by 4. So what happens now? They cancel. Hi, Jacob. Okay, so it's going to be 2x. I'm happy you both joined us today. That's awesome, guys. So 2x minus 5, 20 divided by 4 will be 5. There. Okay, so now let's see what happens. We need to, oh, I forgot my absolute value bars. My bad. There you go. Because we haven't taken them off, right? We're only trying to separate the absolute value bars. Okay. And then from here, this is where we're going to split, right? So this is where we're going to now split into 2. So let me say that again in case you got confused. You had to separate the absolute value expression first. Okay? So separate. Ooh, I have one in the waiting room. Okay. So you have to separate the ax plus b, or the expression. So what did we do? We removed the 1, and we also removed the 4. Okay. Hi, Augustine. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to type your name in the chat, honey. Okay, to document your attendance. All right, here we go. So now that the absolute value expression is separated, we have to take out the bars. So 2x minus 5. Thanks, William. So 2x minus 5, and then greater than 5. All right. Okay, and then the other portion is, what do we have to do? We copy the same thing again, but the other 5 turns to negative. So when we turn something to negative, we flip this one. So that's going to be less than. Okay. Hi, Esmeralda. Yes, honey. Every time you join Zoom, you have to write your name down. Why? Because when I run the reports after class, there's some glitches. Sometimes it doesn't show that you log in. But if you type it, whatever is written in the chat is saved at the end. It automatically gets saved to my drive. Yes, honey. Thank you. All right. Awesome. Okay, so now let's go back here. We're going to solve. So when you solve from here, I need your help again. You're going to help me in the chat. So you're going to add 5, right? And you're also going to add 5. Okay, so what's going to happen? They will cancel out. And you get 2x is greater than 10. I'm going to leave it at that because I want you to finish it and tell me what the right answer is. And then on the right-hand side, you do the same thing. You add 5, and tell me what happens next. These two will cancel. You get 2x is less than, what's negative 5 plus 5? That's a 0, isn't it? Okay, so that's a 0. All right, I'm now looking for the final answer. You have to type 2 parts. What do you get from here? Okay, you have to think about what to do with the 2. And then give me the answer. And then you put in the middle, or, and then you give me whatever answer you get from here as well when you divide both sides by 2. Okay? So the less than and the greater than symbols are to the right of the letter M. All right, I'll give you some time to work on that. And I hope to see a lot in the chat. You can also unmute yourself if you don't want to type in the chat. I would actually love that. Yeah. And don't worry about, you know, getting your video like caught in the screen recorder because it's minimized on the device I'm writing. How do you write on the digital notebook? Um, Louise, do you see the icon? It's like a square that has the letter T inside on the left hand side, on the upper left hand side. You click on that. That's a text box. So if you click on that and you go to the notebook and click and drag, it will create a rectangle. Yeah. So when you create a text box, you can write inside the text box. Yep. Okay. All right. So now let's see your answers in the chat. So what is or are the answers? Give me X is what? X is what's the thing you put here? This symbol is greater than. I haven't seen anybody type the answer in the chat. Let's go. Anybody with the answer? Do you have to combine them in one inequality? Maybe you're not sharing because you're not sure what to do. It didn't look like the first example we did. They should look different. Yep. The answers must look different. So x is greater than something or x is less than something. So don't force them to be like don't force them to be together. Some solutions are separate. Okay, so what's the first solution? X is greater than what? So what do I write over here? What should be the number I place here? Can you type in the chat? X is greater than what? 10. 10. Hang on. Why 10? Remember, what do we do with the 2 to get the x by itself? Henry said 5. Henry, how did you get 5? Let us know. Henry, either type or unmute. How did you get 5, honey?
I divide the 10 by 2.
Very good. So you divide both sides by 2. Awesome. All right. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay. That's great. So how about on the next one? So you're going to do the same thing that Henry did. You have to divide both sides by 2. So now can you type what will be my answer here on the right-hand side? Still waiting. You know, the best way to learn is even if you're not sure of your answer, go for it. Okay? And then you share it, and then we make a comment that, oh, then you get this thinking that, oh, why did I get it wrong? Because if you just like listen and watch passively, you're playing it safe, you learn only just a little bit. Hey, Christian! Yay! So Christian divided both sides by 2, and Christian got x is less than 0. That's awesome. So thanks, Christian. These are the two answers. You do not force them to be together. Just leave them alone as they are. Now, why? Well, let's show that in the graph over here. If we were to graph, this is 0 and this is 5, right? If we were to graph these two, let's start with the x is greater than 5. There's no equal underneath. So I'm not going to put a solid circle. I'm just going to put an open circle. And what are the numbers greater than 5? Well, there's 6, 7, 8. So that means they are on the right-hand side. Hi, Ruby. So they are on the right-hand side. There you go. All right. Okay, now this one, x is less than 0. How do I graph that? Well, this is 0. It doesn't have an equal sign, so I go open. But then, where are the numbers smaller than 0? Well, -1, -2, -3. Oh, that means I go to the left, right? So let's go to the left, to the left. There. All right, so that's the graph. That's the reason why they don't go together in the inequality, because their graphs are facing opposite direction. All right. That's great job, guys. Okay. So, all right, do you need to take a picture of this? Do you need to take a screenshot? Do it now before I clear the ink. Okay, in three, two, and one. Okay. And if you got lost, you can always watch the screencast that I post. If you go over the folders in Schoology, um, I screencast, so you will see what I'm teaching on a YouTube video. So if you're absent for so long, I know some of you were like gone for too long, and that's okay. Forget about that. What matters most is now you can log in, now you can do the work. I had a student who pulled her F up to a D in just 1 week. Yep, in period 3 class. I also have a regular class in period 3 for Algebra 1. So come on, guys. You could do it. All right, moving on. These are just the cases, special cases that we have to know about. When we say special cases, it means we don't have to solve anymore. We just have to look at them and say, hey, oh, I know that has no solution. Or, hey, this one will have infinitely many solutions. Okay? So that's our goal here. We're not going to solve. Um, for delta math, how do I do it? Okay, hang on to that question, honey. Give me 2 minutes and I'm done here, and then I'll explain your question. So, but in case you guys want to catch up on the things you missed, if you go to Schoology all the way from the top, from the welcome folder, etc., you will see everything in there, including how to join me in the text group. You'll love the text group. You can't do your homework, or you have late work to turn in, just text me, right? Okay, here we go. So for the first one, if you have if you have like a greater than symbol and a negative number on the right hand side, then the solutions will be all real numbers. In other words, it's infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many. Now, why? Because when you get the absolute value of something, it's always positive, right? Non negative means it's always positive. So if this is always positive, then a positive number is always greater than a negative number. Okay, the other case is if this is a less than sign and this is zero. Okay, so since something with an absolute value is always positive, right? A positive number cannot be less than zero. A positive number cannot be less than zero. So that's why it says here no solution. So if it's no solution, don't solve, don't graph. Okay? All right, so let's practice. What will you write for these? For this example, is it the all real numbers or the no solution? Type in the chat. Type in the chat. Will I put all real numbers or no solution? Still waiting in the chat. And while waiting, I'm going to write what Esmeralda needs. You go to deltamath.com. You create a student account on the right hand side. You use your LAUSD stuff, okay? Always. And then the code is 918819. Mm-hmm. No solution for this one. Very good, Henry. Because this is positive, right? And a positive can never be less than zero. Aiden, good job. Okay, what about the second one? What about the second one? You have greater than or equal to, and then you have a negative number on the right hand side. Can you type the code, please? Oh, there. Okay, what about the second one? You've seen it? Okay, cool. Um, Show Ruby how to do that as well, yeah? Thank you. Oh, wait. What about the second one? What's the answer? What's the answer? It's greater than, um, don't say that. Maybe if you teach me something you know that I don't know, um, I'm also gonna be um, not very quick. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Yeah. Infinite many solutions. Very good, Leia. So we're just gonna put all real numbers because any number can be a solution. So all real numbers. That's great. Awesome. Okay. So if you have no more questions, I want you to go back to Schoology and let's find the independent practice you are going to do today. There's only one. Um, Now, Johnny, Jacob, and those who don't have their Delta Math account yet, did you guys see the information? I'll type it again. You go to deltamath.com and then create a student account on the right. Student account using your LUSD. And then the code is 918 and then 819. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to Schoology. I'm going to clear the ink. Um, what was the last one? All real numbers. All real numbers. Okay, so now let's go back to Schoology. And for those who need to catch up on their work, maybe you're wondering what's the best order to do them. Um, I would suggest to do the following. If you look at my screen, if you need to do a lot of work, you do all the things that have a puzzle icon first. Why? Because they auto grade. Your grade automatically pops up. So you don't need me to grade that. So you can do that on your own. And they give you 2 attempts to enter your answers. Okay. So moving on. Our work for today is this one. So just like the one we're going to do today. See? It has a puzzle icon. If it's a digital notebook, it means it's the notes for the day. Right? And as you can see here, I upload some screencasts like this. You can watch that. You can screenshot whatever notes you have and paste it on your notebook. Okay, so let's look at our practice for today, our independent work. Um, okay, open. And some of you have started. Very good. And Daniel already did it with 19 over 20. All right, Daniel. Okay. I see that. I see that. um, I need help with the delta math. Okay, Luis, remember what I told you last time? If you need help with a problem, like you screenshot it and then send it to me. Oh, 1.3? Okay. So can you like screenshot that one? Like what question do you need help in? Or you can also like watch the videos. What's ABD? Oh, 1.5. Yeah. Okay. So can you stay behind like after? Okay, thanks. So I can, yeah, so you can share your, yeah. All right. So for the first part of the skills practice, remember how to do this? It's just like in the review, right? So, for example, if I do number 4, like you copy it first without the bars, and then you get the answer, right? And then the second one is you copy it again, but you make the right hand side opposite, and then you get another answer. Okay? So, if you see something like this, though, if you see a number, an extra number outside, remember what we did? We had to divide that first. So it has to go away first before you can do you know, the solution. All right. Okie dokie. So that's your independent work today. And then in my period 3 class yesterday, somebody asked me, Miss, can I use photo math? Can I use photo math, Miss? I'm really not good in math. And you know what? I'm I'm not the type who freaks out over stuff I don't have control over. You get what I'm trying to say? If you're using it to double check your work, fine. I mean, I will not say no because if I'm helping with my If I help my kid with something that she doesn't know, I will probably look up Google as well, right? Let's face it. So I'm a very realistic person. I would strongly suggest that you try it first. Okay, you're not sure about the answer. You want to have like extra or instant help. Then use whatever you know how to use. Okay, I've never tried. I tried photo math once just so I would know how it looks like when students use it, and I can tell which methods I did not teach in class when they're showing me the solutions. But right now that it's remote learning, if it's helping you correct your answers, sure, go for it. Just make sure though that you're learning how to do it, because in the test, right? In the test, if it's like a if the problem is, follows a different format and photo math cannot do it, then you're not going to go helpless, right? Okay. So, and that's also the reason why I said you need to pass the course now. Why? Because you have all these allowances. Do you understand me? Like, you can be on your phone, you can be on photo math. I'm not saying you can cheat your way out to pass, right? But what I'm saying is you get the help that you need. So for the second question, do you answer with the letters on the right? Okay, that's a good question, Christian. Let me show you that at the bottom. Yeah, for question two, you get the answer here, and then you try to find them on the right hand side. You put the letter in the blank because it's kind of hard to type all that. So I just kept the letters. Okay. All right. So that's your independent work. If you feel like logging out already, you are free to do so. My time with you, my Zoom time is normally 10, 15, and 40 minutes after. So about, 10:55-ish, but I always go overtime because I have nobody to talk with. My husband, my kids are all Zooming. So, yeah. Okay. So if you feel you need to go, go. All right. Just do your independent work. Just do your independent work. Bye, guys. Awesome. Have a good day. Enjoy. I'll see you next week. Don't forget, test on when? Friday, right? Don't forget to test your test on Friday. Join the Remind group, guys. If you're not in it yet, do you know how to join? Okay, if you just log in recently, wait, I'll find the link to join Remind for you. Um, give me one sec. I have I have 70 oh no 85% of the class in the Remind app already. Believe me, it's gonna help you when you need something that needs urgent respond. I mean, I'm not on my Chromebook the whole time. You need help? Okay, wait up. Period. What period are we in? Four. Period four. Okay. So add people. Oh yes, honey. If you don't need any help, honey, you're good. You're good. You too, honey. I'll see you next meeting. Okay, so that's how you join the Remind. Do it now. Okay, who needed help? Who was that? Who was that? Wait, somebody type I need help, miss. For number two, is it a no solution? For number two? Um Number two of which question, Louise? The first one? Oh, okay. So yeah, remember when this is like a negative, right? If it's a negative, we said earlier you cannot solve it, right? You cannot solve it. Okay. Jesus, what's your question, honey? Are you gonna type or talk to me? Please talk to me.
Oh, it says I already made two submissions, but I haven't even done it.
Which one? Here on this one?
Yeah.
No worries. I can reverse that. So
Thank you.
maybe like you clicked on it and then like you close the browser or whatever, but that's okay. Lopez. Um, I'm working on it. Oh yeah, see, this is this is weird. I don't know what it did. Yeah, I think you clicked too soon after opening the first one. I don't know. You maybe click somewhere there. So it's as if you're starting from scratch. You're good.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
Bye. Hey Jacob. Jacob, you want to talk to me?
Yeah. Which one are we on?
Okay. So um, it's right here, honey. So all the things we do, you go to materials, right? And we are currently in chapter 2. Chapter 2. So open this folder right here, right? If you click on that, we do these in order. So right now we're doing the third from the bottom. If it says Delta Math, that means you have to do it in another website. Yeah? Okay, and here's another way to find what you need to do for certain days, Jacob. If you scroll up, you see the upcoming over here. That's the fastest way to find them because it tells you like today is October 7th, you know you have to do these. And that's true for all other subjects. All the things that your teachers upload that's due on that day will show here under upcoming. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Um
Bye. Have a good day.
you too. Okay, Louise. Um how long are we going to work on this because I need a lot of help on this one. You know what? This will not close until, and since it's auto graded, I'm not gonna say take your time until like the next grading period, but um, it doesn't have to be like at the end of the period. So these are independent work. So it's like if it's a homework given on on campus, then you have to do it until maybe the day after or when you next meet your teacher if you're block schedule. Yeah, since I won't meet you until Friday, you have until Friday to finish it, honey. Yep. Okay.
No, talking about like how to solve this. Like we've been doing like this for like a couple of weeks. It's still kind of confusing. Like everything in general.
Um,
You know what I was
which which problem? I know, honey. Okay, I know, honey. But if you can give me like a problem to begin with, that will be great. Because I mean, if you say everything, I get you. I'm not invalidating your what you said, but maybe we could start somewhere. Like for example, what problem are you on and that you're stuck with right now?
I'm trying to look at it.
Okay.